Now it's time for the midway sharing session. Today we honor and grateful to have a wonderful guest joining us. Please give a warm welcome to Craig Griffin. สวัสดีครับ
Lady Cap, everyone. Very happy to be here to share with you today.
Hi Craig. Could you please introduce yourself a little bit to the audience?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, my name is Craig Griffin, originally from the UK. I've been living in Thailand for 20 years now, so quite a while in Thailand. Most of that time I was living in Bangkok, but about 5 years ago, during the very early part of COVID, I moved to Koh Samui and kind of never really left. So Koh Samui is now home, and I'm married, no children, but two dogs and a cat, and I work in the field of market research, and now I work on my own as a consultant.
Wow, 20 years. So that's
Yes.
half the life as an expat in Thailand. Maybe you share us later. By the way, how did you first hear about the middle way?
Uh, yeah, well, actually, it's a long time ago when I first did, and I was just trying to think of how I first heard, and I think I was it's more than 10 years ago. So actually, I've been to three retreats, and the first one was in Loei province in Thailand. So some people involved in the middle way will probably remember that time period when the retreats were in Loei. So I think it's more than 10 years ago. I think at the time I was Googling for meditation retreats, and I sort of stumbled upon the middle way, and I decided to join that retreat. As I said, I've done three retreats. That was my first one. The second one
Mhm.
was just before COVID broke, and that was in Khao Yai. And then just recently, I've been in Samui a while, and then I found out, okay, oh wow, Middle Way is actually I'm doing retreats in Samui as well. So at the end of last year, I joined a retreat in Samui. So yeah, I've had quite a long relationship with the Middle Way over more than 10 years now.
All right. Wow. You have quite a few experience with retreats in Rayong and in Samui. I'm wondering how did you get experience from the midway practice and from the wisdom thought?
Yeah. So I'll probably share from the recent retreat in Samui because that's the one that I can most easily talk about because it's quite recently. So that was at the end of last year, and I think at that time period, frankly speaking, I'd had a few challenges in life, and so I came into the retreat, facing some challenges and maybe not quite feeling myself. And I think in the space of a couple of days, I really managed to, reconnect to the sort of peace inside. So I'll talk about the two different aspects of the retreat. Firstly, the wisdom talk. So this retreat was led by Lumpy Burin, obviously with many other teaching monks as well, but Lumpy Burin was leading this. And what I remember sort of feeling at the time when I was listening to the wisdom talks, and I'd always sit at the front. I was uh, for some reason at this retreat, I was my curiosity was very, very high. I really wanted to understand at a deeper level, to be able to apply to my life. And I think I remember feeling at the time, and I said to Lumpy Barin, I'm hearing truth here. So I was listening to the teachings, and I could relate everything to my life, and it just felt like, okay, this is the truth. This really is the truth. And that gave me a sincere desire to study more deeper with the Buddha's teachings. And so after the retreat, I asked for some recommendations for, for some other readings I could follow up on. And I'm still in the process of doing that. So that was the wisdom talks, which really impacted me greatly and felt like I was connecting to, to some profound truths of life. In terms of meditations, I've been meditating on and off for nearly 30 years, and not always consistently. Sometimes diving in, sometimes, I get distracted with the business of life. I think on this retreat, I really felt like I learned to really enjoy meditation. So rather than something that at times in the past felt like I was enduring it to get some benefit, it was a refuge that I could go to actually enjoy, to get some peace, to have that sort of daily mind shower. So, I love the concept of a mind shower as well, because I think that's a great metaphor for what we are doing, really, and what we need to do as a survival skill in the modern world. So yeah, the enjoyment came at a much deeper level at this retreat. I was able to really look forward to really just sit there, relax myself, and just be there without thinking about what I needed to be working on next, what I needed to be doing, what problem I needed to be solving. I think I just gave myself permission. Okay, this is your time. I just relax, be present, be still, just sit and be peaceful, follow the instructions. And, I really look forward to each and every kind of session. And as I said, I felt after 2 or 3 days, I was really starting to feel like my old self again. And then the retreat and the group experience on the retreat was great as well, because you have that community there. Um, so yeah, the last retreat was a wonderful experience, and something that really motivated me to be more committed to my practice. As I say, I've been on and off for a long time, but I think after this retreat, I felt a lot of motivation to continue to deepen the practice and figure out, okay, how can I really commit to this?
Wow, Satu. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on the wisdom talk. I'm kind of like, learning from the timeless wisdom of Lord Buddha as well, from the wisdom talk, and very profound. And our teaching monks, they kind of, are simplifying the concept and the Dhamma of Lord Buddha and make us, easier to practice, just like gem practice, giving ethical conduct and meditation. And also, I'm on the same page with you on the the daily mind shower. I love the name mind
Mm-hmm.
showering. Besides,
Yeah.
I'm also the moderator on that session. Hope to see you on some session that I become the moderator someday, Craig.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think
Indeed.
I've seen I think because this is my third retreat, I've seen how the teaching has evolved, and the different like gem and the daily mind shower, and the way that the teaching has been simplified for the sort of the modern brain to really teach in some quite profound principles, but in a very simple kind of way that everyone can understand and remember. And I think that was something that I really observed from the last retreat as well. The way it's taught has changed, and I think improved, frankly speaking, just using these acronyms and metaphors, has really helped us all to learn and practice.
Well, totally, totally. Well, how do you stick with the middle way meditation practice and maintain your inner peace with all your things that you do, on a daily basis. Could you please share to us?
Yeah, sure. Frankly speaking, it's still a work in progress for me. So I think there's sort of two keys to it. Well, there's probably three things. One, certainly having the discipline to do it daily. So I think there's from speaking for myself anyway, there's a level of commitment and discipline to say, okay, this is non-negotiable. This is really important, for my well-being and how I'm showing up in the world for everyone else as well. Because it's not just about myself, but it's about everyone around me that's impacted by, my own well-being. So I think there's discipline, and I think what I've tried to do as well. So as I say, it's a work in progress. So I generally have a practice, but I'm not quite there yet at uh, making sure I do it daily. But I'm hoping by the end of this year that I'll be in a position where I've got a daily practice and it's non-negotiable. So what I've been trying to do as well is the awareness to see, okay, on those occasions when I get caught up in life and uh, I miss a daily mind shower. How is that impacting me? Um, and I can start to see patterns in days. When I have a good run of like a week and I meditate, how my kind of well-being and how I'm showing up in the world is quite different from when I get a couple of days when I get caught up in something in life and then I miss the practice. So I think the self-awareness can help cement in the benefits of doing it, that it's an important part. The third thing I want to talk about is community as well. And I think I was very happy at the retreat to learn about the different ways that the middle way is now promoting community and putting a structure in place um, to allow people to be part of a community. And there was an initiative that you may have heard of in Samui where we created a something called Swim, which is Samui Weekly International Meditation. That's what it stands for. But it's also a metaphor for swimming, having a daily shower, but every now and then we go deeper and have a swim, together. So, and that's something that I've been doing this year as well. So I've been meeting Monkey Tree and some people that joined the retreat, and we're trying to build a community of meditators in Samui. So I think all these things together, for someone like myself that has been on and off, it is a challenge to take that next leap. But I'm certainly making progress this year. I wouldn't say I'm 100% yet, but I'm getting there, and I think I'm on a very positive trajectory. And the support of the community is really a big part of that. So yeah, I think I think the saying is what's the saying that Lumpy Green says? Walk. Just remind me of the saying. Is it walk together, walk far, or something like that? There's a saying he says that I think is very, very true, and that epitomizes the community aspect of it. So yeah, those things together: discipline, awareness of how I'm showing up when I am regularly meditating, and how that's impacting my well-being, and then the community aspects as well, and being able to be part of the community in Samui.
Sa to. I think we can say that we so fortunate and lucky to have you, be a part of the community. And speaking of swim, that's very catching acronym. Samui Meditation International, Samui Weekly
We
International Meditation, right?
yes,
I
right,
got it
yeah.
right?
You did, yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Wow.
a lady called Eva in our group, she came up with that, and we were all like, wow, that's really good
Uh-huh.
because it works on so many different levels. So I think it's a great name for the group.
Yeah, for the audience, if you have a chance to go for the retreat in Samui, you are welcome to join, be a part of the swim community. All right.
I think there's plans to have a hybrid version where you can join face to face, but maybe Lumpy Tree, who's leading the sessions, will, and in future we will do it by Zoom as well. So there may be opportunities for people in the right time zone to join remotely as well.
That's great.
Mhm.
Well, we come to the final session for today. We're so lucky to have you joining the Midway Family Sharing session. So have a great one, Craig. Satu.
Thank you for inviting me to share and wish everyone great merit with their practice.
Satu.